Okay, we're going to try this again here. So, hi, this is Chuck with Pocket Snakes. These are my heavy-duty spun Kevlar 16 yarn crackers. They're about 2.3 millimeters. They're very pretty, but they're spun out of a Kevlar yarn. This is a crook and a hook. And then up here is another little hook, and it's set so I can put the material in it. So you grab the Kevlar yarn, and you want about 2 inches or 3 inches, and then you're going to wrap your cubit, which is about 18 inches in my case. And so that's 4 circuits, so that's 6 feet. There's 9 feet. And there's a dozen feet. And then you're going to kind of drop the loops and grab your scissors. You're going to cut this off. Then I set this down. I just tie an overhand knot as a stop knot in the yarn. So now what we have is a 6-foot loop, or a little more than a 6-foot loop. And so I'm going to take the loop, I'm going to put the 2 ends together. And you see I have about a 3-foot doubled loop. And you take your hook, and I like to put it right on the knot. And then you put your 4 strands into the other hook. Then you hook it on, and the knot should be right here. Now, if I can avoid dropping the scissors, that's a good trick. But you can see the sheen coming off these thousands of little Kevlar fibers. You set and spin it. And it gets hard to spin. And when it's difficult to spin with the coat hanger wire hook, you take the crook and you put it in and fold it and slide this into the hook up here. Then you spin it the other direction, and now you've got twine. So when you have 4 and pull it through and put it on the hook, you have 8. And when you fold it again, you have 16 strands of the Kevlar yarn. And I always overspin it because it locks it off nice. And then you have 4 loops. So you have 2 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess you have 8 loops. 4 on each side, but you have to cut through all the loops. And again, this is a pair of cheap scissors. You can use good scissors. The good scissors or cheap scissors, you'll wear it down pretty fast. And then I use from the joint of my middle of my thumb all the way to the end, and that's where I pinch it off and let it unwind. And then you want to flick this until you can grab a single bundle of the yarn. So here's a single bundle from the right feather. Then you tie an overhand knot or a half hitch against the stem and lock it down. You grab a single feather from the left single bundle from the left feather, and you repeat the process. And you can put 3 or 4 half hitches in these. 2 is sufficient to lock off that feather. So you have about 9 inches of cracker. And the reason for the soda straw is you put the crook into the soda straw and it keeps the eye open. I'm going to show you one more of these. Again, we're going to take 3 inches, 3 foot, 6 foot, 9 foot, 12 foot. Grab the 2 ends, drop the loops. And if you're lucky, you won't tangle it all up and turn it into a tangled web of Kevlar. Tie an overhand knot. Now you have a 6-foot loop. Get into the loop. Any little tag or any little bit of skin that is rough will catch this stuff and try and take the Kevlar yarn apart. So I've got it on the knot and I'm putting all 4 strands on this hook. So I got 4 strands on the right, 4 strands on the left, so there's 8 strands. I'm going to spin it. In this case, I'm spinning it left. And I'm going to put the crook in the middle and fold it. And I always overspin these, and that makes them real pretty and makes the lay of the cracker nice. It's still kind of a loose lay cracker because it's so big. You find the loops, you cut the loops. Use the measurement of your thumb. And some of these try and spin apart, and some of these kind of hang. There's a single strand, single yarn from the right feather. Notice the right feather's more split apart than the left feather. So there's eight bundles in the right side. We're going to just kind of bap these apart. We're going to grab one yarn from the other side. And this is the smallest knot I have found that really does a good job of keeping the cracker from coming apart. You can tie a big old knot here, but this one won't bite you if it hits you. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I usually take the soda straw and I cut it off gently. And that's how I ship a 10-pack of Kevlar spun. These are the heavy Kevlar crackers. So that's how you spin them if you want to get some Kevlar material. Kevlar yarn is kind of hard to come by. It's also a little hard to work with, but I have plenty. So if you need some, hit me up. It's Trek with Pocket Snakes. Have a great day.